Welcome to Amplifying Leadership and Tip Thursday with Tara, your weekly dose of practical leadership tips and strategies you can apply immediately with your team and work. I am Tara Lehman, founder and CEO of Amplifying Leadership. Each week, I'll share insights and takeaways designed to help you build, enhance, or grow your leadership skills. It's actionable guidance you can use right away. Welcome back to Tip Thursday with Tara. This week, I am going to continue talking about our topic of mental health in the workplace. Mental health at work, it does get talked about, but in most cases, it's treated like an initiative. It's May is Mental Health Month or Mental Health Week or something that you're doing as an initiative and not as a standard. And that really is the issue. Companies have done a really great job of making physical safety a non-negotiable thing. Sometimes it's even laws that are holding you accountable to it. You have processes, the expectations are known and trained on, and there's clear accountability when it comes to physical safety. No one says that we're going to get to safety when we have time. That's the thing with physical safety. It is taken care of. However, when it comes to psychological safety and mental health, it's really often treated as an optional thing or initiative or something we address only when a problem arises. So here's the shift that we need to make in organizations. Psychological safety and mental health needs to be treated with the same level of consistency and importance as physical health. It shouldn't be reactive. It's not an occasional thing or an initiative. It needs to be built into workplaces and even how you lead. So instead of, trying to do everything, I want to give you places to start if this is not something that you've normally done. First and foremost, you need to create a safe space. It's a safe place for people to come to you and speak up. And you need to do this before it becomes a requirement or a medical note comes to you. Excuse me. Most leaders think psychological safety shows up when someone finally tells them there's something going on, but it doesn't. It shows up before that. It's in how people feel safe to say the small things, like maybe I'm at capacity, or this timeline you gave me is not realistic, or even, hey boss, I need some support here. If those conversations aren't coming to you, they probably don't feel safe, and people won't bring even the bigger concerns forward either, which can lead to much bigger problems. So pay attention how you respond to those everyday moments, such as someone telling you, I don't think that timeline is realistic, because that is what sets the tone for psychological safety. Then you need to build recovery into the work. So a lot of leaders support mental health in theory, but the way you structure the work for your team doesn't always allow for that. So if you have back-to-back meetings with no micro breaks, maybe there's no real breaks or lunches and you don't do it, so your team doesn't do it, because remember, you're leading by example here. Maybe there's constant urgency about everything. Well, you can't expect your team to sustain the performance without recovery. They might be doing fine now, but it's going to come back to you. So think about the small things that you can do, such as leaving a 10-minute break between meetings if there are back-to-back meetings to allow for a micro break. Maybe it's actually encouraging your team to take the lunch breaks because they are needed, or even their 15-minute break in the morning or afternoon, or however you normally do it. Also, check your employment standards acts if you have those, because some places, such as up here in Ontario, Canada, lunch breaks are mandated. If recovery isn't built in, even small micro breaks, lunches, etc., stress becomes the default and it becomes normalized. And that's when it can lead to bigger and worse things later. We need to treat even workload conversations as part of our workplace and leadership and not think of it as a complaint. This is where some leaders really do get stuck. They feel that someone saying I'm overloaded is a complaint. When someone says they're overwhelmed, it's data, it's information you need to pay attention to. Something in your system isn't working. So instead of pushing through and telling them just to get it done, pause and ask, what's creating the pressure right now? Is this temporary or permanent pressure? Do we need to hire additional people? What actually needs to get done versus doesn't or what can be deferred to a later date. So think about your priorities here, the urgent and important or the Eisenhower matrix. This doesn't mean that everything changes and that suddenly things don't get done, but it shows your team that mental health is something that you take seriously and not something that you dismiss. You don't build a mentally healthy workplace through initiatives and one-off actions. You build it through how the work gets done every day and how you lead every day. And when mental health is treated with the same importance as physical safety, people don't just perform better. They may actually stay. If they were considering leaving, you might see absenteeism rates go down because they're being heard and valued, and you're making some accommodations where possible. If you want to go deeper into this conversation, I have shared an extended version of this particular tip in the Amplifying Leadership Circle community for the Inner Circle members. For more tools on this tip, feel free to join our Amplifying Leadership Circle community for Inner Circle members. Try the Amplifying Leadership Circle community out for free today. Information and free trial links are available on our website. That's your Tip Thursday with Tara for this week. If you are looking to clarify leadership priorities, build strong teams, or empower those around you, I'm here to help. Explore our programs, coaching, and the Amplifying Leadership Circle community at amplifyingleadership.ca, because leadership is better when we do it together. Until next time, remember, leadership matters.